Hey everybody, welcome to another bonus episode. Today we're talking about Les Chefs de France in the French Pavilion at Epcot.
Oui, oui.
So this is a place we'd never been before. In all of our trips, we take these great pictures of their all glass and lit up on the inside. It's a beautiful restaurant. It's very inviting. I've always wanted to try it, and luckily this time we decided to make that happen. Yeah. Right. So as I said, it's located in the French Pavilion at Epcot World Showcase. They do have a slightly reduced menu right now as a result of the pandemic. They ask you on the menu, they ask you to, quote, delight in French Nouvelle Cuisine at this family-friendly brasserie as you drink in views of the World Showcase Promenade. And truthfully, if you're sitting in the right places, which is not hard to do, we didn't sit in one of these, but if you're sitting in the right places in the restaurant, you do get these great views of the promenade and all the people walking by.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
very cool.
So the menu is the thing here. So
let's jump right on in. So, they had 4 appetizers, and it's sort of what you would expect at a French restaurant. There's a cassoulet with escargot baked in parsley and garlic butter. Mm-hmm. There is a French onion soup, and there is a charcuterie board with imported cheese and house-made bread. So I actually ordered one of the appetizers as my meal.
Why'd you do that?
Well, we had just finished eating 5 cookies from the cookie stroll, and I had also had the cheese fondue from the Bavarian kitchen booth.
Yes.
So I was not that hungry, but it was very intentional because I knew there wasn't a lot on this menu as a vegetarian that I could eat, so I had sort of eaten beforehand. But so I had the baked goat cheese salad, which was just lovely. It has walnuts, fresh grapes, tomatoes, endives, and a mixed salad. It was beautiful. Yep. It was a French salad. I mean, you eat with your eyes first.
Sure.
And it was gorgeous, and the baked goat cheese was phenomenal. It was creamy. It was lovely. I mean, and honestly, if you've spent the day eating around the World Showcase, It was a great-sized dinner.
Sure. I saw actually the people beside us who got the French onion soup, and it was it's in one of those crocs,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
The cheese was just covering the top and stretching.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah,
in French onion soup.
Right.
So that looked wonderful too.
And you got an entree.
I did. I got the fillet. I got the beef fillet, and it was perfect. When it comes to steak, we've always gone to Les Celliers, but I got to tell you, the steak here was better.
That's what you said.
The steak at Les Chefs was better than what I've gotten pretty much at any in-park restaurant, even Brown Derby over at Hollywood Studios, where I've had their steak. It was perfect. I could have cut it with my fork.
Wow.
The temperature was perfect. The peppercorn sauce was spicy, tangy, delicious. I'm not a green bean fan, but these were so delicious. And then the classic garlic mash that came with it.
Yeah.
They've also had a I'm going to say chicken salad, but this is a salad with grilled chicken, tomatoes, celery, onions, hard-boiled egg, Swiss cheese, romaine lettuce, with French red wine vinegar dressing. They also had a salmon fillet that was served with white wine, lemon marinated salmon served with rice and a champagne sauce and a boeuf bourguignon. And you know that if they're serving a boeuf bourguignon in the French Pavilion, it's going to be
off
over
the
the top. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And they also had desserts. But again, we had just had the cookie stroll. So we did not order dessert.
Didn't order dessert.
But they had what looked like a lovely creme brulee, a chocolate tart, and a berry fruit salad with mint syrup. So their desserts looked very light.
Yeah.
Honestly, French.
Very much so.
Again, they were beautiful. They looked light. They looked absolutely lovely. They also have a prefix meal where you get your choice of an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert with a glass of wine or a soda.
Yeah,
and that's $49.50.
And I was looking at the prices of the entrees and the apps and everything.
Oh, very reasonable.
That's a very reasonable price.
Very
for the
reasonable
prefix meal.
Yes, absolutely. They have a few kids entrees. You can get a seared salmon for the kids, grilled chicken tenderloin, and also ground beef steak. So they've got some interesting things for kids other than, chicken fingers.
Yep.
And they have a very extensive wine menu. We went with the House Chardonnay, but their wine menu was extremely extensive, not expensive, and they had plenty by the glass and the bottle.
Yep.
They also had some great looking cocktails and house specialties, and some fun non-alcoholic beverages that the kids might enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. And as with everything at Walt Disney World, service is so important. And that's same here, right? The server that we had was a older gentleman from Europe, spoke 5 different languages, and was just delightful, right?
I think he could have done it with his eyes closed.
He could have. It was easy. This was easy for him.
Yes,
and
he was a pro.
He was, and he was just so. It was so friendly, and I wanted to give him a hug, and I felt like he wanted to hug me too. So it was just so nice to be served by him, and this is not Topolino's Terrace. This is not.
Right.
This is not one of the. This is as nice as you're going to get in one of the parks.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
in the
fantastic.
parks,
Very nice.
it's very nice for in the parks. But I feel like these restaurants are especially those at Epcot. Epcot's got so many of these kinds of places. I feel like they're at a disadvantage. I don't mind the reduced menu that they had. The pandemic is hard enough, but being one of these restaurants in Epcot, where especially during a festival, which now they basically have festivals all year. Festival of the Arts is about to start up, right? So they have these festivals all year. It is built for people to show up and do exactly what we did twice. Eat and drink your way around the park at all these little booths that are so wonderful. And then these restaurants are also expected to be so good that you still want to go in there and eat there.
Right.
And it is. It's good enough. So kudos to all these restaurants, but especially Les Chefs de France, who's putting out an absolute quality product. And you should absolutely go and experience this.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yep. And so that's our review of Les Chefs de France. We absolutely recommend it. And go check that out. We hope you get to see this on our YouTube channel, Supercalifragilistic Awesome Disney Podcast. Also, go check us out on the other social medias, Instagram and Twitter, at SCF80P. And with that, we hope to see you real soon.